Okay, it is 7:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6/18/2024. I am in MRPD interrogation room. Across from me is Chief Sakura Himura. I am Lieutenant Erica Johnson with Internal Affairs Division. Ma'am, these questions are going to be very sensitive about some of the things that you've done on duty, and I just want you to answer them as honestly and truthfully as you can. Please remember that because the state requires me to, I have to inform you of the Lieberger rights because you are a police officer. I am required to advise you that because you are a police officer, you do not have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Refusal to fully and completely answer all of my questions will result in your immediate termination and referral to the DA's office for prosecution. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay. With that being said, you're not under arrest. You're not detained. It's just I want to make sure you understand your rights as a police officer.
Okay, I'm representing myself. I want to see the evidence before we continue.
We're not in a case yet, so I'm just asking you questions.
It's an IA case. I have the right to a lawyer, so I want to see the evidence before we continue.
Okay, I just have to ask you questions, though. This isn't a formal case.
No.
This isn't a formal court case.
Unless it's an investigation, correct?
Yes, it's an open investigation at this time.
Officers have the right for a lawyer present during the investigation. I'm my own lawyer. I want to see the evidence.
Okay, that's fine. You don't. It's going to take me probably about 20 more minutes to finish uploading it to the cloud, which I'm doing at the moment. Do you want to wait until it's done, or do you want to continue with the questioning? And
no, I want you to tell me the evidence before we do.
Okay, I have witness testimony of PD members, command and high command members of. Okay, I have testimonies from Captain Michael Taylor, Captain Ana Cortez, Lieutenant David Cortez, Captain Silas Taylor, Assistant Chief Charlotte Taylor, about the SOP and how we handle things when it comes to weapons, and how the department is supposed to handle weapons when there's nothing in place. This started off of an investigation into David Cortez, which he had told me and showed me video that you had used the weapon without a current SOP in place or any type of communication whatsoever within the government emails, saying that the weapon could be used and what it was used for. You and Michael Taylor used the weapon at the same time out of the helicopter to take down 3 to 4 individuals at LSIA. During that time, Captain Ana Cortez and Lieutenant David Cortez were under the impression that because you used it, they could use it. So they used it in another situation a day later. That's where the investigation sparked from, because they weren't supposed to use the weapon yet. When the investigation concluded from body cam for both Ana and David Cortez, it showed that you were in a helicopter with Michael Taylor and both of them firing down on the individuals at LSIA roof. Do I understand why you did it? Absolutely, 100%. And that was the intention of the marksmanship or the marksman rifle. However, without any weapon SOP in place, we're not supposed to use said weapon. It's the way it's up.
Can you define to me what SOP means?
Standard operating procedure.
Was that situation standard?
It happens quite often, but it's not quite standard.
All right. You answered my question then.
Okay. In the past, you have told us, and you've got to answer me on this one. In the past, when a weapon has been brought in for us and we didn't have a current SOP in place, what has been the standing rule?
Standing rule is not to use it unless it's cleared for specific situations. Like the beanbag that was used inside of the water. Beanbags doesn't have SOPs either, but somebody used it.
It was. That's one of the incidences that it's kind of on here, but I'm not trying to bring it up because it's in the past. I do want to remind you that we're not supposed to use things that don't have regulations to them. Like,
Yes, but like I
a s-
said, standard operating procedure means standard procedure. Can
yeah,
be broken if it needs to.
hmm. It's hard to be in this situation because you're telling me that even though it was told not to use it, that we could use it, even though we
It
were
was
not supposed to use it.
it was cleared by me and 100, like 100 cleared for use due to the
Do you
situation being a non-standard situation.
do you have any proof to verify that 100 approved it?
Well, Cortez should, if you have the video, Cortez should have cut that on video,
So
unless it was conveniently clipped.
the video I have is you conversing over the radio about using it and getting in the helicopter, and someone objecting to it, and you cursing and saying you were going to use it anyway.
Objecting to it.
Yes, someone said, "Are we supposed to use that?" And then you said something. I don't remember exactly words that you said at this moment. I'll have to go back and look at the body cam footage. But you said something like some sort of curse and said that you were going to use it. And then you told Michael to grab one as well.
I don't remember telling Michael to grab one. I remember David passing it to Michael.
Okay. All right. Well,
I remember clearing my marksman with Virgil because these people went to a non-standard situation.
okay. Well, I will ask him his standpoint, get his interview in as well. Like I said, it's still an open investigation, so I'm just asking the questions. Um, then let's move along from that until I get more information from Virgil. Then I have, let's see, case number 3939. If you want to look in the MDT, was with the woman that was found with all the meth that you executed a search and seizure of her properties.
Yes.
Do you
I
recall
didn't execute no search and seizure.
you didn't
But okay.
execute? You didn't execute
No,
a search and seizure?
I did not.
You did not give approval for a search and seizure?
The search and seizure is approved automatically by government. It's a government rule.
Do you remember getting a phone call on 6/9/2024 from a Chief Justice saying that you needed a judge's signature for a search and seizure?
No, it was cleared by Trevor Wickett saying that it wouldn't need to be search and seizure because it was cleared by government already.
Okay, I'm going to need to look into him then because he told me a different story. Okay.
Like I said, that's government rule. Neither us nor DOJ can change that.
Okay, no problem. All right, let's move on to a different case then. Case number 3658, case of Esco Green. I see here that you recused the judge based off of prejudice. That's within your right. But did you file a motion with the courts or did you just choose a different judge? You did. Okay.
I filed a motion with the court for 170.6 3 days
Do you,
before that situation.
do you have a copy of that by chance?
I do.
Can you email that to me?
Sure.
Perfect. During the course of this investigation, several members of the DOJ had reached out to me about trying to have a meeting with command, high command, and mid-level to chief justice level meeting because apparently we weren't all getting along or on the same page about a lot of things. That's how these cases come across my desk. They thought that you were kind of sliding around, doing things the way you wanted to do them without permission, so that's why I'm investigating into them. And as long as the ducks are in a row, that's why we ask the questions. Like Trevor told me something different, so I've got to interrogate him a little bit more about that and see if I can get the meeting notes.
It was so in a way that the the fucking defense attorney walked away because of what Trevor said. So why would it be said that I told something when the last person to speak to Trevor was the defense lawyer, and then he walked away on his client?
according to Ryan, Trevor called you that day and told you that you needed a signature from a judge. That's all I have the information from.
According to Ryan, that wasn't in the conversation at all.
Okay. Like I said, I just got to interview Trevor.
This investigation?
No, he contacted him, told me what he said. I'm just getting the information. This is an open conversation, still an open investigation, okay? All I'm doing is asking questions here. I'm not accusing you of anything.
Why were my rights to see the evidence denied before this conversation then?
Your rights were not denied.
They were.
Who denied them?
I called the LVIA today.
He didn't have the case files.
Well, he should have.
I am the only... I told you at the beginning of this that I was the only one on it because I didn't want people to get their hands all in it. I wanted to make sure that you got...
It's my right to see it. I should have them.
I wanted to make sure that you got a fair shake at this and that nobody else was interfering with it.
Fair shake. I don't have all the information.
You're treating this as if I'm saying you're guilty. I'm just asking you simple questions about these incidences.
I'm treating it as a lawyer, Erica.
Okay, I got you. 6, 7.
Because I see that people seem to treat me with no sort of regard, so I gotta do the same.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. Thank you for showing me that document. 170.6, perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, then it looks like for now, this interview is completed. I just got to talk to Virgil and Trevor now and line up your statements with them, make sure everything is okay, and
evidence in my desk, though.
No problem. You'll get the full report as soon as they're all uploaded. It's like I said, I just came around. I'm uploading it currently to the cloud, and it should take about 15 more minutes. It is now 7:58 p.m., 6/18/2024. As of now, this interview is now over. This was just an open interview, asking questions about an open investigation. I'm going to be conducting the rest of this investigation throughout the night and tomorrow. Do you have anything to say to the camera before I shut off the recording, ma'am?
No.
Okay.